land of the unfree America. How's everybody doing? What's going on out there in your world? I'm just walking down the road right now, taking my little dog for a walk. And I'm excited because I've been working on this board game for months and months and months. And now, sorry about that. I didn't really plan on going live, but because I'm so excited about this board game being done, I just wanted to go live for a few minutes and talk to some friends and family here on the live stream and let you guys know exactly what is going on right now. Do me a favor, hit the like button and then put in the comment section, where are you watching from? Where are you? What city, state, county, country are you in? What's going on, Playboy? We have one more day. Tomorrow's the day we start printing the board game. So it's pretty exciting. I can't see anything, sorry about that. Whoop. California, what's going on, Playboy? What is going on? What is going on? Let me see. There it is. I see. I totally agree. I could not agree with you anymore. We just have one more day. Tomorrow the board game goes to print. So we just have one more day. I've been working on this for months and months and months. So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. What's going on, Miami? What's going on, Christy? How are you? Good to see everybody. I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you guys because I know I haven't been going live very much right now. Just kind of I've been in my own little world, finishing a board game, and that's what I've been doing with my time. So it's just a very funny thing to finally be finishing something that I've been working on for 6 months. Since I've been out of that dungeon, I've been working on doing a board game. Originally, I was going to call it Constitutional Law Scholar, but then I changed that to Constitution Headquarters, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be writing a lot of bills for different states where we craft the bill using artificial intelligence. And then, so for example, let me give you a real easy one, is Utah versus Streif, 2016, or Maryland versus Pringle, 2003. Those two cases, both of which are extensions of Terry versus Ohio. The jurisprudence is Terry versus Ohio. I'm going to write bills that I'm going to put on my website for you guys to be able to download so that you can try to get that bill into committee in your state, in your House of Representatives, in Alabama, in New Jersey, in Florida. So that way we can overcome these disgusting, tyrannical Supreme Court policies. And the Supreme Court, they have no accountability to you or me. The Supreme Court they're not even elected. They just create these policies from the very top, and those policies decimate freedom and decimate America and the principles of liberty that America was founded on. So I just wanted to let you guys know, because I've got, dozens of pre-orders for the game. The game's going to go to print tomorrow. I probably won't be shipping till the end of next week, maybe the middle of next week, but I probably won't be shipping that game till the middle of next week. 1 second. There we go. Next week, we'll have a board game. We'll have a board game done tomorrow, and then next week I'll play that board game with a bunch of people and show you how the board game works. If you want to learn the Constitution, if you want to learn the 7 articles of the Constitution, if you want to learn the amendments, if you want to learn presidents, vice presidents, Supreme Court justices, case law, I have put a board game together in a format that will make it so easy for you to be able to learn. So for you to be able to learn the Constitution, especially for your children, for your kids. The Constitution is broken down into 7 different articles. Well, what I did is I broke up those 7 articles into bite-sized cards so that you can learn each and every article of the Constitution, the 7 articles, and be able to explain it. And that was the real challenge in creating this board game, is how do I make it so that it's fun and a challenge and a competitive game to learn the Constitution, to learn the Bill of Rights, all 27 amendments, to learn who all the vice presidents, presidents, all the Supreme Court case law. I think there's almost 300 different cases in this board game, 280 something in the board game. So it's going to be a real juggernaut for you guys to be able to learn the Constitution. Come on, Charlie. Sorry. There you go. Thank you. I'm walking and talking here. Look what people do. They just flip a Yui. They just flip a Yui right in the middle of the road. So I thought I would just spend some time just right now, just jump on live stream. I'm not reviewing any video right now, but I will. Let me get this board game printed tomorrow. Let me get the board game printed for you guys tomorrow. That's what I want to do is have a final version, because you can order it, pre-order it now on DeleteLawz.com, but I'll actually be shipping that game hopefully by the end of next week. And it's really cool. I have a teacher's edition that I'm finishing right now, because there's a home edition that you can play on a board, and then there's a teacher's edition where the teachers can actually take the slots, put them on the wall, and then be able to have students learn case law, Supreme Court justices, presidents, vice presidents. So yeah, I can't see any of the comments. I'm sorry, my glasses aren't on. I'll put them on in a minute. I got them right there. But yeah, what's up, Playboy? Would everybody hit the like button? Do me a favor, put Team DLZ in the comment section. Team DLZ. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. Can't wait. I can't wait. Just a little bit more, friends. Just a little bit more. I mean, do you know what it's like to work on something for 6 months straight, day in and day out? And this past month, doing 18-hour days, I fall asleep at my desk. I wake up, I go right back to work. Then I wake up and do the same thing the next morning, wake up, take my dog for a walk, sit down at my desk, and grind. And I've been doing this for 6 months straight. So the last month has been really, really taxing, really hard on me as a human being to sit there and study. Because it's not just that I created case law for you guys. Here's some case law you should learn. I sat there and studied the jurisprudence of case law. And the toughest part was finding things that I've been incorrect about, because when you do a deep dive on different case law, the jurisprudence of it, you find out how that case law was created, the reason why it was created, the story behind the case law. And so that's what I had to include in this board game. Is I can't just tell you a simple one like Brandenburg versus Ohio, 1965. I can't just give you a case law of Brandenburg versus Ohio unless I understand the fundamentals of the Brandenburg story. What was going on in Ohio in 1965? And why was Brandenburg denied his permit? Why was he arrested? What did he have to deal with? What was the zeitgeist of the culture that he was living in Ohio? And why is there a case called Brandenburg versus Ohio from 1965? So I've spent a lot of time studying. I mean, I would say of the past 6 months, I could say 4 of those months I was just studying, just learning how it worked, just figuring out how it worked. You know, how is Brandenburg a case? If you don't know about Brandenburg versus Ohio, what's happening right now is Trump is trying to remove our First Amendment. In Texas, we just saw Greg Abbott. He just created a law in Texas that pretty much goes against the Brandenburg case of 1965, which it flies in the face of American freedom. You know, as you guys know, I am of Jewish descent, so I don't hate myself. I don't hate my bloodline, but I do hate the idea that they're going to try to limit the First Amendment and you can't criticize Israel. You should be able to criticize Israel. If you want to say that dog right there is a mangy rat dog, you should be able to say whatever you want. And so I've spent a lot of time so that you guys can really learn case law and the reason why that case law was created. That's just as important as the case law. If you don't know the story behind Brandenburg, then I failed you. I failed you, and I did not fail you. This game is awesome. It'll be worth it when it comes out this next week. Everybody will be able to see it. I'm having kind of a funny hair day here. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. Well, I'm pretty excited. I got to be honest. I'm pretty freaking excited. I can't wait to release this next week. I can't wait to start shipping off packages to people. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. It's, you know, you're talking about months and months and months of work creating this board game called Constitution Headquarters. Go to DeleteLawz.com and pre-order your Constitution Headquarters. I guarantee you by the time you're done with this game, you will have learned the U.S. Constitution, the founding fathers, the presidents, the vice presidents, case law, Supreme Court justices. You will learn by this game. You will learn. And best of all, you'll be able to teach your kids, your family, your friends. It's a fun game. You can sit around and play this board game with lots of people, because in the instructions, it says, if you disagree, debate it, argue about it, look it up, find the answer. If you think my cards are wrong, okay, fine, then show me why it's wrong. And I'll be willing to change it. There's gonna be a second iteration, a third iteration. We don't stop. Put it in the comment section. We don't stop. That ain't gonna happen. Stopping doesn't happen. There's no such thing as stopping. A stop sign? I've never even seen one before. What's a stop sign? We don't stop under any circumstances, under any conditions. I feel great, man. Today when my buddy left the office, and we had been grinding since like 10 o'clock this morning. We've been just grinding on this game. When my buddy left today and I realized that tomorrow we finally are gonna go to print, I just was like, an emotion came over me that I can't even describe. It was just emotion of I mean, I can feel it in me now. I've just been working so hard to accomplish this. I didn't want to let anybody down, you know, because so many of you guys are members of my channel, paying a subscription every month. I'm going live like once or twice a week. And so I said I had to take some time off, and I had to build this board game. And the whole time I've been building it, you know, there's a resounding thought inside my head. Don't let them down. Don't let anybody down. You know, you want to produce something that is really cool, you know, unique, different, substantial, intelligent. Just a little bit more to go, you guys. A little bit more to go. Just this much more to go. Tomorrow, we're bringing that board game to print. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Just fudge sickles, you know? And then if you notice what's going on in our country, you know, look, I don't care who you support politically, if you're a Republican or a Democrat, if you're an independent, a liberal, I don't care what you are politically. But we have this thing called the United States Constitution. I created a game called Constitution Headquarters. The Constitution must be preserved and must be protected. Now, is the Constitution perfect? Oh, hell no. Especially when you get into Article 1, Section 2, Clause 3, when you get into stuff like that, and you start to see how flawed the founding fathers were, and what they did, and the way they created the Constitution. And I'll be teaching long lectures on this. I'll be standing in front of a huge board and teaching. You're gonna see that the Constitution has some fatal flaws in it. But we must preserve what we do have. And the only way we can preserve the Constitution and our Bill of Rights is if you learn them and if you know it. Because then when you see things happen, let me give you a really simple one so you can kind of understand this. So I believe it's a 1969 case called Prince versus United States. And in Prince, what it says is that the federal government can't force local sheriffs and police departments to create a gun registry. And so when you is it 1989? So in Prince, it determines that the 10th Amendment creates a separation of powers between the federal government and the states. And so then when you see that Trump wants to make it so that state local registers, the registrar's office of the state of California, of Alabama, wants the state registrar's office to create a list of illegal immigrants in the United States, then you go, well, wait a minute. Number one, the 10th Amendment says that there's a separation of powers between the state and the Fed. Number two, the case of Prince versus, is it Arizona versus Prince? I can't remember, my brain's a little scrambled, but I think it's Printz. You guys can look it up if you want to. And in this case, they said that the separation of powers between the state and the federal government are such that the federal government cannot tell local state sheriffs and police to keep a register of people who get concealed carry licenses. So then when you say that Trump and the federal government wants local state registers to then keep a list of who illegal immigrants are and then report that to the federal government, that case has already been decided. That there is a separation between state and federal powers. So when you know this and you see it happening, and I wanted to jump on here and I wanted to start rallying and show you guys the board and say, hey, Prince clearly identifies the 10th Amendment, creates a separation of powers between the state and federal government. But it's better if I show it, if I give you the game and you learn it on your own. Because once you understand it to the same level that I do, then you're gonna go, holy shit, this is unconstitutional. The federal government cannot tell local state registers that they're gonna keep track of illegal immigrants and report that to the federal government. That's unconstitutional. That's a violation of the 10th Amendment, created in 1789. So you know, it's a big deal. It's a real big deal. 1 second. Thank you. I'll get to the corner up here and I'll put my glasses on and I'll see if anybody has any questions. Constitution headquarters will go to print tomorrow. You can pre-order it on DeleteLawz.com. It's on there right now. I would get it now because I think the price is gonna go up because the board itself is 11 inches by 17 inches. Hopefully I can fit that in my current packaging for $11 for shipping. I don't know or not. I don't know yet. I have to get the finalized packaging and then I'll know. But I know the teacher's edition of Constitution headquarters will be a little bit more than the home edition that so many of you guys have pre-ordered now. Get out of there, Charlie. I don't need that. Sorry about that. I'm excited, man. I'm freaking excited. I'm excited. I had an emotional wave hit me today, you know? There we go. Mikey B, Jody, what's going on, everybody? What's going on out there in the land of the unfree America? Where's the party? I can't wait. I cannot wait to get this to you guys. Sound off in the chat if you would, please. Claudette, Team DLZ, put Team DLZ in the chat. Constitution headquarters will go to print tomorrow. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. 6 months of building a board game. 6 months of me sitting behind a computer focused just on a way to teach the Constitution so that it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. It creates a debate stage for you and others who play it. Hi, honey. How are you? Do you want to say hello to the doggy? Go ahead. He's real nice. Charlie. He won't bite you, honey. Go ahead. You go say hi. Go say hello, Charlie. Go say hello. No, he's concerned about the guy in the glasses. Sorry about that. Anyway. No, Brad, it's $49 right now. But I think the price is going to go up because the board itself is going to be 11 inches by 17 inches and I got to ship it. And then also the teacher's edition has 71 different slot holders. And so the 71 slot holders, I'm going to have to ship those. And 71 slot holders made out of cardboard is probably going to cost me a little more in shipping than $11. I got to look. I don't have the finalized version here. Alpha Warrior, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, Alpha Warrior? Alpha Warrior knows. He knows how hard I've been working on this nonstop. Writes on. What's going on? Writes on. This, I'm telling you, well, obviously I'm staking my reputation on it. Obviously, I'm betting my name on it, or I think anytime you produce anything that people are going to buy and pay you money for, you're staking your reputation, your name, your being. You're really responsible for what you've done. So it's pretty exciting. Brandy, so Brandy knows. Brandy's been jumping in where she can here and helping out. A lot of people have been helping out so much. Jeff hates pigs. What's going on, Playboy? This much more to go. We have this much more to go. We are almost ready to launch Constitution headquarters. I will be shipping the game out next week. Going to go to print tomorrow. And if showcase audits, what's going on, go to DeleteLawz.com. DeleteLawz.com if you want to pre-order the board game. Like I said, the price is probably going to go up because I don't know how much shipping is actually going to be at the end of the day. But for the people who are pre-ordered already, I'm just going to, whatever extra costs there are, I'm just going to eat them. And then it'll probably raise to $59.99 or maybe even $69. I don't know. It depends on what the shipping is. And a lot of people are going to have right on Miss World Fitness. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat. I really appreciate that. It's pretty exciting. This is a really exciting time because, you know, the people in the chat, the people here who know me, who know how hard this has been for me to accomplish. And I haven't been out auditing cops. I haven't got to put my boots on the ground like First Amendment Protection Agency is doing, and he's getting out there and crushing it. And I want to do the same thing, but You know, look, I promised you guys that I had finalized a board game when I was in the dungeon, and I have. And I cannot wait to show you guys exactly what I have created. And it has taken so long. So I guess I'm like a broken record on repeat here. I'll see if there's any comments. What is going on? I can't see your username there. If I could see your username, I would say hi to you, but I can say hi. You need me in Pennsylvania? I can't wait to get over there. Yeah, Pennsylvania is a total police state. It's incredible how bad Pennsylvania is. And then you guys got that piece of shit senator there. I just can't stand the guy. I can't stand him. Fetterman or whatever his name is. Just an absolute scumbag as far as I'm concerned. You know, he's just a fraud of a person. You know, and here's the thing. You guys know that I'm Colombian Jew. You know that. I've never hid what I am. I'm half German Irish and half Colombian Jew. So what we're seeing, though, is this idea that you can't talk about Israel or say anything about Israel. It's just such a strange thing because, you know, I don't hate myself or hate my bloodline at all, but the idea you can't talk about another country is such a weird thing to me. I don't agree with it. I'm a free speech absolutionist. I absolutely think that we should be able to say whatever we want as long as you don't threaten to hurt or kill another person. You should be able to say whatever you want. And if you can't, then we're not really free. You should be able to criticize Palestine and cut down Palestine. You should be able to cut down Ukraine or Russia. Say whatever you want about any country you want. So this idea, this push to limit our speech based on one country, it's anti-American. It goes against the principles of the Constitution, the principles of liberty that are written by John Locke in 2 Treaties of Government, 1693. 1693? So, yeah, that's the thing about this board game. The board game is based on dates. You have to know the dates of things. And probably, you know, we all struggle with that. It's a son of a gun to be able to memorize when things happened. I wish I had my other phone on me so I could look up this Prince case. I can't remember it off the top of my head. What is going on? Got Mikey B in the chat. What's the matter? You is here. Put Team DLZ in the chat if you would, please. Team DLZ or Constitution Headquarters. You can pre-order that board game on DeleteLawz.com right now. It's up there. Team DLZ, put it in the chat. Jack, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Jim, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, Jim. Bloodborne, what's going on? Savage, how you doing? Juan, how are you, brother? Jeff Hates Pigs, what's going on? Brandy, of course. Kurt, my friend, what's going on? Stomper, man, good to see you, Stomp. What's going on? Matt, what's going on, Matt? How are you, Claudette? Of course. I mean, take a look around. You guys can clearly see that there are so many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that you guys have not abandoned me. All you guys still have your memberships. It's just, thank you. Thank you for not abandoning me as I was building this board game. I'm finally gonna come out of the dark. I'll start teaching every single day. I'll be teaching case law every single day, nonstop. Especially the presidents and the Supreme Court justices, the vice presidents, history of stuff that you may not have thought of before, but I'm gonna give you some context and some nuances that maybe you never learned before because it wasn't taught to you in school. Remember, it's the unedited version of history. Holy smokes. Alpha Warrior with a huge super chat. Brother, thank you so much. Dude, that's awesome, man. Holy shit. Right on, Alpha. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support as we push down this line to accomplish these things. I cannot wait. Did everybody hit the like button? Everybody double tap on your screen. Take your finger and just double tap. Double tap on your screen like this with your finger. Everybody just double tap. Stomper, still a member. Man, you guys are still members and I haven't been going live at all. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for supporting me as I've continued to push through. I have created something that will go down in history and people will say, hey, do you have that game? Because you can teach your kids the Constitution if you have the game. And the 7 articles of the Constitution. I think the 7 articles of the Constitution have 140 different cards. And then the amendments, I think, are broke down into 83 different cards. So, because here's the thing, you can read the Constitution, but when I say, like, let's go to Article 4 of the United States Constitution, full faith and credit. So when I say full faith and credit, you may not know what that actually means, the full faith and credit clause of the Constitution, Section 1, Article 4. So what I did is I broke down the full faith and credit clause so that you can understand it, so you can teach it to your children. And that's the whole reason I'm doing what I'm doing, because I like to, and I will continue to fight for our rights. But I needed people to be able to learn their rights and understand their rights. That's part of the reason why I created this game. You guys know me. I'll probably give away half of the games I create, but you have to have it, or you're not going to be able to learn. I'll make a digital version. Wow. Thanks a lot, Alpha Warrior. Alpha Warrior with another huge super chat. Thank you so much. Holy smokes. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. You guys can hear me okay? Give me a 5x5 if you can hear me okay. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. This is pretty exciting. You know, for me as a human being, I've been working on this. You know, it's today when my buddy left and we were working on the board game, when I said goodbye to him, because I know that we only have one thing left to do before we can produce the game tomorrow, I literally had one of those moments where you start to get like choked up and teared up, and I'm patting him on the back saying thanks so much for all your help. And I had one of those emotional moments today, because finally, after months and months, it's finally almost done. And it has me excited, and I just want to ship people their games who have pre-ordered. I can't wait for you to get the game, and then for you to be able to say, man, I learned so much by playing this game with my friends and family. I want to hear those stories of, hey man, I got your game and I learned the 7 articles. Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait. You know, those are the things that when I hear them, it's just so exciting. You know, I mean, when people send me their video of them using the trifold and they get to drive away without getting put in a headlock or put in torture cuffs, and I see on video that they use their trifold, that's so exciting. It makes me feel so good, because we created a policy, procedure, and protocol for using your trifold so that you don't get arrested, and you don't go to the dungeon, and you don't snitch on yourself by talking. You know, don't talk when that cop pulls you over. So when I see those videos happen, and now the next set of videos I'm gonna see are people teaching their children playing Constitution headquarters with their friends and family. And that to me is, you know, when you do something that affects someone in Kentucky and you live in California, when you do someone that affects somebody in Texas and I live in California, that's what gives you validation, or gives me validation as a human being, is I created something that's gonna help you. And then you got the game I created and it helped you. That right there is, you know, you have to make a living, you have to make money. Alpha Warrior, my God, Alpha Warrior, holy smokes, there's a 51, there's $200 ones. Holy smokes, thanks so much for the support. You don't have to do all that. That's amazing. Thank you, Alpha Warrior. I appreciate that. But I'm just excited, and I was excited, and I just wanted to come on for a little while, because I've got to finish 1 or 2 more things. Likely we'll start teaching on Saturday. Depends on if I get the posters back from the print shop tomorrow. I should get those posters back from the print shop tomorrow. And then I'll be teaching on Saturday. And I built, when you guys see what I've done, when you see why I've been gone, you'll be like, okay, it was worth it. And so many of you guys are still members. There's so many, sevenfold still a member. Like, it's just crazy. Yeah, it's Bobby Head Deb. I sent you an email the other day, Bobby Head Deb. I hope you got it. But I think it's $49 plus $11 shipping and handling. Oh. What's a good boy doing? Sorry about that. This was a big emotional day for me, so I apologize. Rights On is in here. What's going on, Playboy? Reunite America. Oh yeah. So if you guys haven't read Trump's executive order, I talked to Brian from Here's the Deal. Sorry, 1 second. Let me get past this. Get out of there, Charlie. Come on. Don't do that. I talked to Brian from Here's the Deal last night on the phone, and we kind of went over the executive order by Trump. I'm sure that he's made a video since then. If you guys haven't seen Brian's video, or Here's the Deal, I would bet 99% that he made a video about Trump's executive order. We had a conversation about it last night, and it's just terrifying what this guy's doing. He wants to empower police to be able to unleash law enforcement on America, which is, it's just such a, we're living in a dystopian society. We're living in a society that is not based on rule of law, but by the whims of a madman writing executive orders. And you guys are gonna see that history will show you that this was not a good time in American history. This guy has set us back away from liberty and freedom by at least 50 years. It's absolutely terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. And now I'm starting to see more and more on video. For the first time in my life, I'm starting to see people fight back against the police. And I would encourage everybody not to go to violence. I would encourage you all, do not go to violence. I know that the cops are running roughshod over the top of us, over the top of freedom, over the top of the principles of America. But I would implore all of you, don't go to violence. Don't go to violence. It doesn't improve us. It makes the cops be justified in dressing up like G.I. Joe loser. You know, it's like that guy who jumped over the bench in Nevada and attacked that judge. Did you know that because that guy jumped over the bench and attacked that judge, that's the reason why I was in ankle shackles going into court? From now on, after that judge in Nevada was attacked, everybody in the Clark County Detention Center has to go in ankle shackles because that one guy jumped over the bench and attacked the judge. So I would ask all of you not to attack these dirty pigs. Film them, let's sue them, let's embarrass them, let's out them, get their faces on camera. Always film these dirty cops' faces. But don't go to violence. You know, don't go to violence is what I would recommend. Look, if there's a full-on, and these words don't come from me, they come from Charles de Montesquieu. Montesquieu was one of the Enlightenment thinkers that created the basis of our U.S. Constitution, the basis of our Bill of Rights, more the Bill of Rights than the Constitution, but they're two separate documents. The Bill of Rights was attached to the Constitution, amended to the Constitution. So Montesquieu's idea was that you should not start a revolution. If there's already a revolution in progress and there's tyranny afoot, it's your duty to join that revolution. So I don't want anybody here to go to violence. I don't want you to, and coming straight out of my mouth, I'll be able to play this back later and say, hey, look, I told people not to go to violence. But I'm starting to see it now in some of these Israel-Palestine situations on the street. I'm starting to see people who are pushing back physically against the cops. The other day I saw a group of high school girls who were being attacked by the police. They started fighting back. And so while I understand and, you know, them as though they are bad people, I think it's the wrong way. I think that if we use violence against these dirty cops, that they'll say that they're justified in wearing military gear. They already dress up like G.I. Joe loser. Well, if you read the Unleash Law Enforcement executive memo from yesterday, 2 days ago, you see that Trump dumpster fire wants to give all of the cops military gear. And if we attack the cops, if we fight back against the cops, then they're going to say they're justified in having that military gear. And I don't want that. James Forbes, what's going on? Artle, what's going on? I see you there. What'd you say? Charlie, come here. Oh, I wanted to see it. I couldn't see it. Clifford, listen, you know, I think your comment got deleted, Clifford, but don't block Clifford. So, Clifford, listen to me, bro. Trump is going against the Constitution. He's working against the Bill of Rights. Clifford, he's working against your rights and mine. All I'm doing is pointing it out. You're welcome to vote for the dumpster fire if you want, Clifford. But the thing is he's working against our constitutional rights. And I've got to stand up for that. When it was Obama doing the same thing, you know what I said? Impeach him. Get him out of there. Obama was a bad leader. Same thing here. The dumpster fire, what he's doing is he's going against our First Amendment, our Second Amendment, our Fourth Amendment, our Fifth Amendment, our Sixth Amendment, our 10th Amendment, our 14th Amendment. He's fighting against the rights that have been established in our country since the very beginning, Cliff. So, and why would you not, Cliff wrote something like, I had respect for you until you started talking bad about Trump. Why would you lose respect for a freedom fighter who's fighting for your rights, who's fighting for our constitutional rights? Just because you like Trump doesn't make him a demigod. He's not right. When you start to advance on states' rights, violating the 10th Amendment, and saying that local state registrars have to report in illegal immigrants in your voting rolls, that's against the 10th Amendment, Cliff. Don't you care about our rights? Don't you give a shit about the amended rights that Patrick Henry fought and died for? Patrick Henry said, I will not ratify the Constitution until the Bill of Rights is inserted. Maybe you guys don't know the story of Patrick Henry, which I'll teach. It's in your Founding Fathers deck of cards. Founding Father Patrick Henry held up the ratification of the Constitution because the Bill of Rights was not inserted. Patrick Henry lived and died for us to have the 10th Amendment. And now you're going to tell me that you lost respect for me because I'm standing up for the 10th Amendment? You sure about that? You sure about that? I don't know if that's the right position, my friend. I don't know if that's the right position. We got to fight for our rights, you guys. We have to fight for our rights. We don't have any rights. You guys know, I mean, I've said it 50 times, I'll say it every time. I come from Sephardic Jews. My last name, DeCastro, I am of Jewish descent. I can't change that. I don't want to change it. I'm proud of who I am. When you start telling me people can't criticize Israel, I say, you're violating free speech. The same Sephardic Jews that my bloodline comes from, you should be able to criticize them. You should be able to say, I disagree with what the Jews are doing, with what Israel's doing. You should be able to say that. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? No, I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't look in the mirror and say, oh my God, I'm Sephardic Jew, I hate myself. Not at all. Not at all. I like coming from where I come from. I like my bloodline. I like my own history. And my best friends, my investors, all in Los Angeles, are all Jewish people. Got nothing against them. I have something against the idea that you're going to try to limit our First Amendment, and that's what the dumpster fire is doing. That's what Greg Abbott in Texas is doing. And I'm going to speak out against that. You should be able to say anything you want about Israel, anything you want about Palestine, Ukraine, Russia, Canada, Greenland, you name it. You could be able to say whatever you want. As long as you're not threatening to hurt or kill another person, you should be able to say whatever you want. And so I don't know why you would lose respect for me for standing up for your rights, Cliff. I don't know why you'd want to lose respect for me. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're Italian and Italy's acting nutty, you can't say, oh, I hate all Italians. You don't hate all Italians. You hate what the Italian government is doing. Most Jewish people are great people. The large majority of Jewish people, I live here in LA, this huge Jewish population here, great people. The percentage of the Israeli government who's doing what they're doing are bad. So I just want to be clear on that, you know what I mean? I'm not going to get into the war of Israel, Palestine, and who's right, who's wrong. I mean, I think Israel's gone too far. But that's not what my position is. My position is it's your First Amendment right to be able to say whatever you want. That's my position. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry to see that. Sorry to see that. Thanks for coming by the chat. I really appreciate it. Alpha, thanks. What's up, BZ Watchdog? I agree with you there. Yahweh is greater than the dumpster. I agree with that. Yeah, you nailed it right there. James Pierce nailed it. I love this channel because it's about people. It's about American rights. Doesn't matter the color. I don't care if you're white, if you're black as black can be, if you're brown, if you're red, if you're peach, if you're pink, if you're purple, if you're blue. I don't care what color you are. When you're in the American jurisdiction, when you're on this land right here in these United States, you have your constitutional rights that were guaranteed by God and certified by the founding fathers of the Constitution. None more than Patrick Henry. So, you know, I just want to be clear on it. You know, I think that anytime you want to diminish any of our rights, you're working against us. You're working against freedom. You're working against liberty. You're tyrannical. And by the way, Cliff said earlier, I used to have respect for you until you criticized Trump. Cliff, you might want to... check your parameters, brother. Check yourself. Why would you lose respect for me for criticizing someone who's in leadership? You got to consider that. Consider what you're saying. You're saying that no one in power, no one in a leadership position should be criticized, or you're going to lose respect for that person. Remember what I'm doing, Cliff. I'm standing up for your First Amendment right to be able to say whatever you want. You know, there's fires burning in Israel right now. Man, I hope those fires go out. I hope they put those fires out. I don't want to see anybody burned alive. The Israelis are bombing the people in Palestine. I don't want to see those bombs falling. Do you see what I'm saying? I want to be able to say whatever I want, and I want you to be able to say whatever you want as well. So there it is. That's James Forbes. I know you're a real American. I know that. April Rain. April Rain. I haven't got to say your name in so long. What's going on, April? How are you, hon? How are you? How's everybody doing? Anthony, what's going on? Mikey B. So look. So let me give you guys an example. Mikey B is a big Trump supporter. And Mikey B, I love Mikey B. Got nothing but respect for the man. We disagree on Trump. Mikey B is still one of my top moderators, hasn't lost respect for me. I haven't lost any respect for him. We see it different. Stand in the square, stand in the public square, and have the debate and say whatever you want. I agree with Mikey B being able to say whatever he wants in support of Trump. And Mikey B, still the moderator on this channel, respects my right to be able to say whatever I want. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This isn't a land war in Asia. This is your First Amendment rights here in these United States. Mikey B and I disagree on Trump. Okay. Mikey, put your position out there. Let's have a debate about it. Let's talk about it. Let's disagree. It's healthy to have a public discourse. But the idea when you start to tell me that I can't say things about Trump or I can't say things about Palestine or Israel, that's when I start to say, hey man, you're losing me as a human being. My job is to fight for our rights. That's what my job is. That's what my job is. You know, we may disagree, but I'll die for your right to be able to say it. And you guys are about to see it. You see the hoodies coming out? I got press hoodies coming out. I have something really cool going on right now that has nothing to do with the board game, that has to do with this hoodie right here. You know who knows about it? Let's OTVO knows about it. Clay Foundations knows about it. Deanna over at Wild Journeys, she knows about it. There's a few people who know about what this press hoodie actually means. It means press for sure in case I decide I want to film cops, but it means so much more than that. It means a lot more than that. BZ Watchdog knows about it. He knows about it. So yeah. Hola, April. What's going on? Yep, you got that right, Blue Flyer. He said Trump is a politician. You got that right. Reunite America. Our birthdays are coming up, my friend. C13, what this live stream is about is my name is ChilleDeCastro. I'm an autodidactic constitutional law scholar. Over the past 6 months, my team here, Team DLZ, have been patiently waiting for me to finish a board game called Constitution Headquarters. That board game is now on sale on my website, DeleteLawz.com, for pre-order. I suggest if you're interested in learning the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, you pre-order now, because the price of that board game after tomorrow is probably going to go up. Because I put it down to a price where I didn't have the game done yet, but all the pieces, the teacher's edition is going to be more expensive for sure. This board game for the home edition, hopefully it stays the same price. That's what I'm hoping. But that's what this live stream is about. And then Clifford chimed back in. Cliff, thanks for coming back in. I welcome your debate. I welcome the discourse. Cliff came back in and said, well then, quit denying Trump his rights. Hey, listen, Trump can have all the rights he wants, but I have the right to criticize him. Do you agree with that, Cliff? Do you stand for our Constitution? Do you agree with our First Amendment? I mean, Cliff, I'm gonna ask Cliff a question. Do you agree with our rights? Do you agree with me standing up for our First Amendment rights? Man, look at that. BZ Watchdog. Thanks so much, BZ. I appreciate that. BZ Watchdog with a super chat. James Forbes with a super chat. Wow, man, you guys are great. Thanks so much. I appreciate the support. I want to know if Cliff agrees that it's my right to criticize him. Donnell Brown is here. Wow, this is great. Oh, shoot, I forgot. Is Warren in here? I didn't text Warren. I didn't get to text Warren. Yeah, just a guy gardening. I'm out and I'm free, brother. Do me a favor, watch some of my videos, man. I haven't been, my editor has been recutting old stuff, but now that this board game is getting printed tomorrow, it's going to be all new stuff from here on out. We're not doing any more old stuff. It's just a couple more days to get everything done, and then we'll be doing it. We'll be doing it. Missed you too, Just a Guy Gardening. Just a Guy Gardening, watch my last couple of videos. Watch those long form videos for me from beginning to end. Drop a comment, hit the like button, share the video. You know, my views are way, way down because I haven't been going live every day for 2 or 3 hours a day, but that's about to change. This one says, oh, okay, this one, Deputy Sparks' daddy said, you burn an American flag, you go to jail for 1 year. Got to do it. We got to do it. They say, sir, that's not constitutional. We'll make it constitutional. Donald Trump, August 26th. So in case you guys don't know, Trump is talking about putting people in jail for a year. That's the 1989 case of Texas versus Johnson. The 1989 case of Texas versus Johnson, which is in your board game. It's in the board game. The Supreme Court upheld your right to free speech, is including burning the American flag, which I would not do. I would not burn the American flag. I love America. I'm a patriot. I don't agree with the government. I don't agree with all the things the government does. I don't agree with these endless stupid wars, but I wouldn't burn our flag. I would burn a blue stripe flag, and I have. And I would burn a blue stripe flag every time I see it. But, come here, Charlie. Come here, Charlie. Sorry, I just stopped here for a minute as I was taking the dog for a little walk. I didn't plan on going live, but I was filled with emotion. I was filled with emotion. Thanks, James. I appreciate it. Man, right, Amber Hill, welcome. Thanks, Amber. Thanks for becoming a member. I appreciate it. It's been quite a ride for me. Oh, is that right? So King Kenyon here said, I believe you're doing a great thing because so many people like myself, I don't know anything about the Constitution or the Bill of Rights. My friend, please get that board game. Listen, as I go live every day this next week on the teaching wall that I've been building for 6 months, I'll be giving discounted board games away. I'll be sending free board games off. The more you guys tune into my live stream, you guys know me. I will give away that game for free to hundreds of people because you have to have it. People have to know their constitutional rights. So if you guys tune in this next week as I'm teaching live, I'll be giving away it. Small Miracle Garages. What's going on, Playboy? Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Small Miracle Garages. South Korean prison goon. Come visit us, Playboy. Keep sending money, brother. Keep sending money. Danielle Brown's been a member for 15 months. Holy smokes. Carla's in here from Sweden. What's going on, Carla? Jim Barclay, what's going on? Oh, I burned that blue stripe flag before. I'll burn it again. Deplorable Garage, what's going on? What's the matter, you? What's the matter, you? Jose Hernandez. Jose, I don't have that hoodie yet. I've been trying to get a hold of you, Jose. Can you shoot me an email with your contact information? Shoot me an email, Jose. Now that I know your last name, I'll know how to look you up, but I couldn't find your email. But hit me up, Jose, so we can talk about it and get it worked out. I agree. He's real nice, bro. You can pet him. Good boy, Charlie. There's a good boy, Charlie. Good boy. Good boy. Thank you. So anyway, another super chat came in. I know it. I know it. And then I'm a Cube said, get your permit to stand while peeing is I don't know if there's I mean, we could probably translate it into different languages. That's a pretty smart idea. We should translate that board game into different languages. That's a good idea, Korean. That's a good idea. Translate it into Korean, into Spanish, into Russian, into French. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I think I will do that now that you said it. Let me get some sales out because as you guys know, when I'm not working, you don't make very much money. So let me get some funds in the bank and then I'll get it out there. I'll get it out there in different languages for sure. Put it out in Chinese. And I think there's several different versions of Chinese. Depends on which part of the country of China you're in. So that's pretty exciting. Sir Richard, what's going on, my friend? Sir Richard Lionheart. Brother, I'm guessing my comment can't be seen. Actually, your comment can be seen, Richard. I'm not sure if that's the same lion that I used to know. Are you the same lion that used to come around when I very first started this channel? I'm not sure if that's the same person. Chris Allen, we're going to be doing cop videos again. I am Cube. Pelts to stand while peeing. Thank you, BK. Jody, love you, hun. I'm so glad you're here. I just wanted to spend some time with you guys. I just was like, you know, you guys have, I mean, just so you guys know, we have almost 1,000 members on Team DLZ from 6 months ago. And when I looked at my memberships, we still have almost 1,000 members on Team DLZ on this channel. 1,000 people. Thanks so much, I am Cube. Lame Cube is what it's called. Oh, is that what it is? Lame Cube? Thanks, Lame Cube. I appreciate the support, dude. Means a ton. Means an absolute ton. Jeff Vacone is here, everybody. What's going on, Jeff? How are you, brother? How are you, man? Clown Patrol's here. Right on. Reunite America, that's JNS, my friends in Ohio. What's going on, Reunite America? Love you, brother. Come on by, bro. Come on by, see how that works out for you. It's so funny. Everybody's so tough online, but when in real life, not quite as tough as you are online. Not quite as tough as you are online, you know? You got to get permits to stand and pee in Hibbing, Minnesota. Wow, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Holy smokes. I did not know that. You got to get a permit to stand and pee, huh? That's incredible. That's incredible. But we're this close to having a board game out. I'll be delivering board games next week. So I really appreciate the support as we've been going down the line. Sam Rogers. Hey, Sam, do me a favor. Watch my last couple long form videos from beginning to end. Watch the video about the cop who makes videos and tries to paint us as being the bad people. It's so unbelievable. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking? I'm just reading some comments. Alpha Warrior, show your support. Alpha Warrior, my brother, you definitely do show your support. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in like that. There it is, Cliff. Hey, Clifford, man. You see what we just did? I want the crowd to see there's a few hundred people here. Clifford and I started off disagreeing. And we do disagree, Cliff, right? We disagree, right? I'm okay, Clifford, if we disagree. But then Clifford just type on here, keep doing what you're doing. But yeah, some of you are putting him down on people. No, I don't go for that. So you don't want me cutting down Trump. That's okay, dude. You cannot want that. It's my right to do so. And it's your right to tell me that you disagree with me putting down Trump. And I will live and die for your right to tell me that I'm wrong, Cliff. But I don't want Cliff muted. I don't want him timed out. I want Clifford's opposition position respected. I respect your position, Cliff. I may not agree with the word you say, but I'll die for your right to say it. Absolutely. 100%, Cliff. We disagree. No problem. No problem. Yeah, I don't think you want to come by my place, bro. I'm locked and loaded. And if you put me in fear for my life, you know what happens? That's what happens. So be real careful. Be real careful. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have absolute, you know, I'm a pretty sensitive person. You know, I cry, I laugh, I do all the things that a regular human being does. Would I have a problem offing somebody who put me in fear for my life? Not one bit. I'd sleep like a baby. You put me in fear for my life, if it's my life or yours, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go, bro. You gotta go, homeboy. You gotta go. Another super chat came in from Lame Cube. Freedom. I'm an AI engineer. Let me know if you need help. Permits to stand and pee in Hibbing, Minnesota. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. And that's where Clifford and I disagree, you know? Life under the microscope. Life under the microscope. Life under the microscope. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. All right, Reunite America. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it, man. No, and I'm going to get the flock out of here pretty quick myself. I wanted to come on for a little while and spend a little time with you guys where I'm just kind of talking about life and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and the reason why I haven't been going live. And just so you guys know, like I said, almost 1,000 members 6 months ago. There's still almost 1,000 members, which is like, holy shit. Like, that's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable, you know? And I agree to disagree. Yeah, I agree with you, Claudette. You can send the guy packing if he wants to keep giving. Gloria! There's Gloria. I haven't seen you in a minute, Gloria. How you doing, honey? How you doing? Good to see you, Gloria. Love you too, Blue Flyer. Love you guys, man. It's been quite a grind for me. Danelle Brown, you're welcome, you guys. You're welcome. Thank you too. Thank you all. Thank you, Alpha Warrior, for your gigantic super chats. Jody, love you. Got nothing but love for all you guys. We're almost done. This much more, and I'll be going live every day for hours on end. You guys are gonna be tired of me going live. You'd be like, man, another day of case law? Yes, every day. We're not gonna stop. Because we don't stop, Mountain Mover. We don't stop. Put it in the comment section. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. Put it in the comment section for me if you would, please. I appreciate it. Gloria, thanks so much. Kurt Bronson, what's going on, my friend? DK, what's going on? Alpha Warrior. Alpha Warrior. Such an advocate. April James. Frank White, what's going on, brother? Small Miracle Garages, what's going on, my friend? Chat's going fast. Chat's going real fast. Sorry. Alpha Omega, what's going on, Alpha Omega? How are you? Let's OTVO! Going to print tomorrow, brother. Going to print tomorrow. I'll finally be able to do something besides study a board game. All right, listen, I'm going to get the flock out of here. If you guys want to get the board game, get it now. Price is probably going to go up after tomorrow. When I know what the actual weight of the board game is and what it's going to cost to ship, price is probably going to go up a little bit. You can pre-order the board game now on DeleteLawz.com. I got to get the flock out of here. I got to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys on the next one.